afternoon, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman, coming from my mama's basement on trade deadline day. And my God, do we have a lot of action already. Nothing from our Cowboys as of yet, but a lot's going on. My God, let me run through who's in the house real quick. What up, everybody? We got Vinny Hagan, we got Lord Nova, we got Coyote, we got Brad Harris, Primetime Phil. I sent you a link a while ago, buddy. You're welcome to come in if you'd like. Elena Walker, how are you, Elena? I just got a bogus thing from Mark. I'm hoping it's bogus. Aaron Donald to the Eagles? If that happens, you might, I don't know. This might be my last day of streaming. Clemente, what up? Happy Halloween, everybody. That reminds me, I forgot about that. Good job. Hamid, what up, man? Oh, you're already talking to Eagles. Mr. Cowboy, what up, my man? Logan, welcome, my guy. Adrian, what up, Adrian? How you doing? Stephen Brown, what's up, buddy? How are you? How's everything look? Everything look good? Good. Josh Jacobs for a second. Is that true, or are you just throwing it out there? Anybody that has anything in the so we got Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver, the Lions get from the Browns. Mark Holmes, if you could hear me, you could unmute me now. So we could all have a conversation.
You weren't muted. We heard everything you said.
Oh, okay.
I muted me so you wouldn't hear me.
49ers and the Eagles improving roster. What are we doing? So the Eagles got Josh Jacobs for a second? Is that what I'm hearing, people? Help me out. I mean, or are you talking about us? Phil entered the chat. Okay, here comes Prime. I'm
not seeing anything about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think David Cowboy. Now, I don't know, like Mr. Cowboys, Josh Jacobs.
Lions are requiring wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones from the Browns. Okay.
Our biggest concern is offensive tackle. Listen, to Clemente. Oh, you want Josh Jacobs for a second. Okay. If anybody sees anything, I have like a couple trackers on. If anybody sees anything, let me know.
I mean,
what up, Phil? Welcome, buddy.
Sorry, man. I'm getting in here late. I didn't realize you had sent the link. My bad.
You know, I drove over 300 miles to be here for this stream.
So you guys talked about Josh Dobbs?
Yeah.
Yep.
My bad. I'm just saying. I'm jumping in. My bad.
No. Yeah,
he went to the Vikings. Okay. Excuse me. I'm not saying that word because I love watching your stuff, but every time you use that F word, I just have to turn it off. So I'm trying to be good because I don't want to piss my dad off. Yeah. So we got Josh Dobbs.
Real funny, Hamid.
We got Montez Sweat to the Bears, and the Bears supposedly are trying to move on with Jalen Johnson. And we have Chase Young to the San Francisco 49ers for only a third-round pick, which you have to look at.
That's
crazy. Is going to be a late-day pick in the third round.
But yeah, I think what's smart about it is if they decide to like walk away from him after the year, what comp pick are they going to get for, you know?
Yeah, that's
that could come back and get a third again. So it wouldn't be very much other than eating the $5 million that he has on the contract.
Yeah.
So
could be, but I'm just looking at it for Washington and saying, damn, you're basically getting a late third round pick for a guy that you took number 2 in the draft.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a Cowboys kind of thing to do.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, like we did with Amari
Cooper. Exactly.
You know, and here it is. Montez, look at the difference in compensation. The Bears are going to be in the top 5 in the draft. So that second round pick is 37 or higher for Montez Sweat, and you get a 5th round the next year. So you're getting that
absolutely
versus Chase Young, who is younger.
Maybe the health thing because he's
Chase
never
Young,
available.
we're talking about a late third-round pick is it. That's a chasm in compensation between the two. You just basically said, we just want to get rid of this mother humper.
Mm.
We just want to get rid of him. That's all that says. We're just sick of him. And I guess Josh Harris, Riverboat Ron, the riverboat has sank. And he's going to be getting the exit door
I
at
would
the end
think
of the
so.
season. They're going to start all over. You don't think so?
I would think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would think so.
No, after every week, it's been something questionable that they look at and say, what are you doing? Yeah, he's gone.
Just the question is, do they let him play out the season or at some point,
Well, you've just taken two of your best defensive players and gotten rid of them. So does it matter at this point? You've said to the fans, this season is a wipe. Yeah. Walker Wade, come on, Jerry. We got to upgrade the team. Shout out to Walker Wade. What's up, buddy?
Major difference between a third and a fifth that we got. David Cowboy, again, like Mark points out, we gave Amari Cooper away. He's still causing issues for the league 2 years later.
Yeah.
So, it's just one of those deals. We seem to buy high and sell low. Mr.
Bob Johnson, we should trade for Derek Carr. The fuck?
That's the wrong guy to be saying that to. Let me close my door. It's getting remarkably
kidding me?
Cold here.
Are you literally on some crack, Bob Johnson? Derek Carr has been ass. Seriously, they paid too much for a guy who was a bum. And keep in mind, that guy was throwing to Devontae Adams. He ended up having Josh Jacobs for running back. You look at Hunter Renfrow. He had literally everything last year and couldn't make the playoffs. And you're saying go trade for him? Dude, get out of here. Look, you know what, dude? All right, Queen Bella in the house. Incoming news. Finally, the Cowboys do nothing. Bella, you had me going there for a second, Bella. You had me going there for a second.
Tell him, Brad Harris. Tell him.
All right. So we're looking at the Jags.
Hey, Hamid. We haven't done nothing in 30 years, and you still are nowhere near. You're just like I would say biting on our coattails, but you're not even that close. So,
all right, we have
Come on, bro.
Exactly 50 minutes and 40 seconds left. Is this going to be a Brandon Cook situation where we're trying to make a deal and don't get it done the last few seconds?
I would say that they are on the phone talking, but that this team, I would try and be creative. I don't think that they want to trade a lot of picks. Maybe you could trade a contract. That's why I brought up, I don't know what you guys would do. I was just throwing it out there with the scenario of Aaron Donald. You're going to have to give up a big pick, maybe in 2025. Maybe you throw in a Mozzie. And that was just me thinking out loud, saying, I know Donald's 32, but he comes in, that might be something that the Rams might be interested in. But, that was just me throwing it out there. Give up less draft compensation. You still have to give up something for him. Or whoever. If it's the guy out in Las Vegas who threw his helmet last night. He's a talented receiver. That quarterback, Jimmy G, is about as bad.
Ass.
I mean, Devontae was running free all night. Literally. I've never seen a quarterback play quite that bad other than Derek Carr just a few days prior, or a week ago. I don't think we're going to do anything like that because of the salary. But, what do I know? I mean, from what I'm hearing, that the trade deadline with the Tennessee fell through based on Tennessee not wanting to eat any of the salary.
The contract, yeah.
So So we're gonna go from that when he was only owed 5.3 remaining. I thought
That's
it was
what I'm like. Seriously?
We ain't gonna give nothing for Devontae Adams. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. So the only
and if
way,
you're not going to do that, you're not going to take on Aaron Donald's $32 million.
Hey, Clemente, Mark had brought. I think it was Mark. Maybe it wasn't Mark. But somebody brought up maybe like throw trade Lance in a situation. But he was on the market, and we ended up with him. So nobody's going to give us anything more. I mean, you could throw him in as a piece, but I think Dallas is keeping Trey Lance. So.
Well, here's the thing. The
Lord
problem
Nova,
is,
me too. Would you do that?
We blew everybody out the water for the trade capital. I mean, basically San Francisco didn't want to trade with us, but I've heard that basically it was 7 and 6 round picks is what people were offering. Then the Cowboys come through with a 4. You're not going to turn that down. You don't care who it's going to.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting. I mean, just some of the. I'm not going
a second and third plus Gallup for Sutton. That's a lot.
Lord Nova says he would send 2 1s for Devontae. You would have to, but if I'm doing that, they'd have to eat something.
Well, they would have a lot of dead money in salary.
Yeah, that's the problem. We're not
like
I don't have
$53 million
this
this year.
Yeah.
$40 million next year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they wouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's sad for him because he literally, every decent piece that they've had, they've kind of gotten rid of.
He's
and Josh McDaniels is an idiot.
Yeah.
Hunter Jules says she wants Aaron.
This isn't the NBA. You can't follow other teammates somewhere and expect to be taken care of.
You can't cry like a little
bitch
like James Harden, and then you get to actually go to the team that you want to go to all along.
Yeah, we're not seeing a whole. I mean, we've got some trades happening, but not really a whole heck of a lot here.
No.
As we sit here and wait.
Like I said, I rattled off. You got Chase Young going to the 49ers.
Yeah.
You got Jags getting a starting guard. You got Vikings getting Josh Dobbs. You got the Bears getting Montez Sweat. You got Leonard Williams going to Seattle. And you got Eagles going to Kevin Byard. Compared to 5 years ago, this is way more. So I expect more stuff, but we shall see. This is our
received calls about Max Crosby and Devontae Adams.
No, Max Crosby. I like Max Crosby.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know that we do that.
We would not.
Also, too, with them, it's just how we can all look at the Raiders and see how far they are. But in their own head, what's the illusion? Do they think they're closer than what they actually are? And so,
what, Seattle? I think Seattle.
No. I talk about the Raiders.
David Cowboy.
I thought you said Raiders in Seattle.
You suck.
I'm sorry. I misheard.
No, just in general, the Raiders.
Jerry Jones. Sorry, I was talking to somebody.
Yeah, I mean the Raiders are a long ways away. That's where they got to get a new coach and a new philosophy. Josh McDaniels is a disaster for a second time.
That's your home.
And I bet you down the road he'll get another opportunity to be a coach. I just want Deebo Samuels and Jalen Ramsey, please. Dallas Cowboy girl, they're both under contract. You're not getting either of them. Jimmy Garoppolo, 10 of 21, 126 yards and an interception yesterday. Wow. Okay. Carl Young says, I'm done with Dallas. Jerry letting us down for a Halloween treat. It's more like a Halloween trick. So our two biggest rivals in the NFC both went out and made a move, and we've stayed pat. We can't buy just to buy. Gallup must go. Chris Jones, I think we get Henry. I believe we will go, and we will go far. Well, I'm sitting here, and it's 45 minutes left on the countdown. Do either of you have any delusion that the Cowboys are going to make a move?
Yeah, I think we're doing something. I can't tell you what it is, but I think we're going to do something. It'll probably be something small, but whatever. I'll take it.
I would like that corner from if like a realistic one is the Chicago corner.
Yeah, Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, that is the realistic one.
They want a number
but that
2.
doesn't necessarily mean. Yeah, exactly. So that's where the. Well, you know what? The history with our number 2s.
Right.
I mean, I'd rather. Yeah, that's the Mark approach. I like
all day. All day. I mean, okay, now Schoonmaker, maybe he comes, maybe Sam Williams does. But when you start thinking about Bossman Fat and Tristan Hills and Jalen Smiths, we have not been. Actually, let me pull it up.
Howard says we need offensive line depth. Yeah, we do.
Oh man,
but,
I'd be all about that. Yeah.
Like as we stated, our starting 5 is really not bad at all when healthy. We just need to come together and gel. We haven't played hardly together, but yeah, if we can get somebody, but we need some offense. I would like an offensive weapon of some sort also, but I'm not holding my breath for that. What's up, David? How are you, buddy?
D-Law, Connor Williams, Tristan Hill, Awuzie, Jalen Smith, Randy Gregory, Gavin Escobar, Bruce Carter, Marty B, Anthony Fasano, Kevin Barnett. I don't even remember him. That was 2005. We've not had a lot of success with second-round picks, so I would be more than happy to say, let's trade that.
I would be willing to venture into the 2025 draft and give up a high pick for somebody big time. I mean, that's just me. That's just how I feel about it. Use next year's pick and go get increase that value, maybe add a player. I'm not giving a name. You guys know who I've been talking about. What up, Jay Smooth? How are you? Brad Harris says Tyron better ball out on Sunday after missing last week.
He just got hurt.
Yeah. While you were saying that, he pulled his groin.
Yeah, right.
Both of them. So
it reminds me of that South Park with the $20 to invest and everything. Oh yeah, we're gonna go ahead and trade that into Midget. Oh, it's gone.
Billy D points out something, and this goes out to Howard. Offensive linemen, if they're any good, usually don't get traded.
They're starting.
They don't get traded because there's not many good backups, man.
Yeah.
Howard says, I think one of the NFC contenders get Jalen Johnson. That would be more impactful than Chase Young to San Fran, in my opinion. He's right.
Well,
he's a missing piece. Yep, definitely.
Ed Warder was saying earlier, this is 4 hours ago, that 49ers and Bills were potential trade targets and that they had heard that the Cowboys weren't involved. Then Josina Anderson tweeted out 3 hours ago that he's wrong for the Cowboys at this point for that price.
Who are we talking about? Jalen Johnson?
Jalen Johnson, yeah.
Well, I have a late rumor for my Eagles fans here. Dalvin Cook has been rumored to go into the Eagles, so stay tuned on that. They are souring on Gainwell. They need somebody to help out. What's his name? Swift. DeAndre Swift. So they need another back. Dalvin Cook might be that guy because Swift has actually turned into he's pretty powerful, dude.
Breaking news: the Vikings are trading guard. There's Cleveland to the Jaguar. Oh, that's before. That's earlier. Shit.
What up, man?
Old news, man. They ain't got no news.
Tafari, how are you?
Come on, we have
David. Yeah, he needs to retire.
Left.
We got 40 minutes left. Yep. It's funny. I'm watching a channel, and they have Trey Lance, Ryan Tannehill, Case Keenum, Andy Dalton, and Jacoby Brissett also as trade options for teams as far as quarterbacks. Running backs, you got Saquon, Dalvin Cook, Derrick Henry, Ezekiel Elliott. That's also been rumored to the Eagles. Miles Sanders, who's done nothing. Eagles, Rashad Penny, FYI. You're not getting nothing for Rashad Penny. He stinks. Wide receivers, Devontae Adams. A little low-key, I told Phil about this a while ago. Marquise Philly Brown He is a dark horse to end up in Dallas. He played with CD at the University of Oklahoma. He's been behind the scenes pushing for it. I don't think it's going to happen. That's why we really haven't brought it up too much. But Philly Brown is a name that I did hear a while back, but Arizona might do it. Arizona is in a sell mode, so we shall see. Kyle Pitts, obviously. It seems like all of the New England players are up for bid here. Trent Brown, Owenahu, a lot of these guys, they're just ready to bail. And that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
How would you guys like Garrett Bowles? Offensive tackle out of Denver. I would like Garrett Bowles.
Yeah.
These are just some of the names.
Does that mean?
Let's ride.
If that means you're sticking Tyler Smith out to left tackle, I'm good with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know that they would do it.
Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to
they
sleep.
They wouldn't. They don't
Check
do
everything
shit,
in town.
man.
You're in my
They
room
don't
now,
do
Grandma.
shit.
Oh dear.
Here it is, San Francisco, which has a great defense, has gone out to try and get Randy Gregory. That's apparently not working real well.
Just throwing out some names, David.
And get Chase Young. They're trying to get better.
Well, and just yesterday, Shanahan came out and said, we're not in I don't see us making any moves. But, again, something came across his plate and he ate it. I mean, he took it. That's what it should be. You shouldn't go into it with a preconceived, I'm not going to do this or I'm not going to give up this. Because when you do, you miss out on very good opportunities. Jerry Jones.
The price is wrong, bitch.
Can you hear my drops, Phil?
Yeah, I hear him. Oh, no, I don't hear him. I don't hear your drops.
Well, Phil knows how to do it. That's why he keeps a lot of his secrets to himself.
Damn right, man.
You don't share.
The Cowboys, remember with Taco Charlton, they drafted him over, what's his name?
Taco Tuesday.
Because, they like the size and length, and they ended up.
Exactly, Vinny. You have to try. You have to try.
They don't get out of their comfort zone.
36 minutes left to go in the deadline. What are you guys in the chat? What are you looking for? And hey, what up, Chris May? Dallas Cowboys in the house. 49ers traded for, and Chase Young. Yeah, it's crazy. Teams that are already,
Let me go to a special guest here.
They got the wide receiver to the Lions. Yeah.
Let me go to a special guest here who has some idea what the Cowboys may do today.
Love to see. Obviously, the Giants already did a trade. Seahawks made a huge trade. I thought that was important because they wanted more rush, interior rush, and things like that. A team that I feel like, I think we could make a trade. The Cowboys can make a trade to get more depth at O-line, or depth at corner, or D-line. You can't get enough, or even linebacker. Missing Van Der Esch right now. It's truly, but Marquise Bell is truly stepping up. I would love to see. I want to see what the Titans do with Derrick Henry. I think the Ravens could use a trade right now. Go get them a running back, more running back depth. I also think the Chiefs could use a trade. Go get you a medium tier receiver or elite receiver to go with Travis Kelce.
I think Vinny, that's who it is. That's from the trade. The line right there.
So Micah Parsons sounds like us right now. He sounds like Joe the fan. I would like to see us, and I wonder how disappointed Micah Parsons will be
at the end
of the day.
What up, Broadford? Parsons talks too much. I'm with you. I would not be happy with my star defensive player having a podcast in the middle of the week talking about what the team should or should not do. I've already said that. I'm not trying to be mean or insensitive, but dude,
Lord Brunson here. Cowboys get Derrick Henry for 24, 25, 2 first-round picks, and Osa and Digazua. Okay, Lord Brunson.
Yeah,
Lord Brunson up in here.
He's already making excuses for Sunday, so whatever.
What, Lord Brunson? Can I ask you how it is Sam Howell looks like Joe Montana against you guys, putting up 31 points,
400 yards.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. with Ron Rivera as a head coach. Inquiring minds would like to know
what you guys think of Kenny Moore. Left hands up.
Who are we? The Commanders. Now that would be the best move of the deadline.
I mean, listen, it's a move,
okay.
Vinny.
Mm.
I do like when Micah calls out the media. Yeah, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just, if you're asking me, do I like it? No.
Yeah, it kind of puts the Cowboys on blast for him to go out and
he
say,
does, and that may
I would like to see us do this.
Every
and then
time
the
he does that, he loses
nothing.
$1 million off of his deal. We're like circumcising a mosquito.
Well,
you're missing out on
hypothetically, let's say the Cowboys say, we're not going to pay you. How do you think that would go in the media? I mean, how do you think Cowboy fans would feel about that one? You think that they would go along with Jerry Jones on that one?
Problem is, Chris May, he says Derrick Henry for a second, Rico, and a sixth would be great. I think they would tell us to keep Rico. Much. Yeah, and just remember, he's a free agent after the season, so you'd obviously be wanting to redo his deal. Or no, you can't redo his deal. So you'd have to wait till the end of the year, have a verbal agreement. Is what you would
why couldn't you redo his? You could redo his deal now. It's not franchise tag.
No, that was in his contract. They had until 4:00 yesterday to restructure his deal.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he can't sign a new deal with the new team he goes to.
I guess that's possible. Cowboys get Mark Holmes, D-line stud. It says Brad Harris.
I'd be all in for it. I'd be more than happy to go ahead and get paid NFL minimum.
Yeah, he'd be knee hunting. He'd just be just falling into the knees. Pitch from Atlanta, Coyote. Coyote, please tell me what he's done, though. I mean, are we a
Mike
Kyle
is the new breed of athlete. What is Kenneth Gainwell? He is getting his feelings hurt at halftime.
Number one, what do you guys feel about that, Phil? What do you feel about Kenneth Gainwell in his? Mark, how long did they have? 12 minutes. I mean, what do you? You don't have much in the actual.
You're in a game. You're
room.
losing. You're in a game. You are losing.
Did you hear about that, Phil?
No, I didn't hear
Kenneth
about it.
Gainwell, the running back for the Eagles, goes in the locker room and responds on Instagram to a fan that says he should be cut or something.
Okay. He says, hold on to the damn ball. You need some glue in your hands and stuff.
He at him, and that's the only way we knew he was on Instagram, the coaches knew, is because he responded to the tweet.
No, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah. So,
so I put out kind of a prank video and said that it was actually Philly 500 he was talking to.
Yeah, Howard, I just think it's bad taste, man. You don't have much time. I understand you.
We got Wanye Thomas doing kind of the same thing.
Like apparently Sirianni gives them a certain period of time that they're not responsible for anything. So they could technically, you can go on your phone. I would just think I wouldn't want to do that. Nobody's going to care if you're winning 30-0, right? They're going to think it's funny. But when you're just, you fumble the ball, Let's see. Everybody making trades while we're sitting on the sidelines. Michael Dana, didn't we call it? We kind of called it, didn't we? I still think we'll do something, but it won't be nothing very aggressive.
Yeah. I don't even know what mediocre trade that they'll go for. That's, still surprises you. It's not surprising of the trade value. It's always surprising who they go for. If they go.
I think there's a lot of guys that could be traded here.
Well, start looking at those teams that are like right now on the bottom. What are they willing to get? Let go.
Yeah, we will never get where we want to be until Jerry Jones is gone. Hey, Rodney Vaughn. I don't know that Jerry has any power anymore.
Gainwell. Oh boy, MC Philly. We did not get Devontae Adams. Okay. Queen Bella, the only thing we're picking is a new water boy.
You got less than a half hour.
Micah Parsons' nickname is the water boy. I'd like to get another one of those.
We need some high quality H2O.
All right, 30 minutes left for us until we're completely disgusted and disappointed.
You're wrong, Mama. She is not the devil. I didn't say she was the devil.
She showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Your boobies. The medulla. Oh, sorry.
Oblongata.
Mark is tired.
wrong,
Yawn,
Colonel
yawn. Mark's
Sanders.
always tired,
Mom is
Vinny.
right.
Mark's always tired.
Who, me?
Howard Dickerson says, I'm hearing San Fran is trying to close in on Jalen Johnson. Wow. That would be impressive. But see, there again, this is a team that's coming off 3 straight losses that is leaking oil all of a sudden after George Kittle wears the old "fuck Dallas" shirt. Sorry, Mark Holmes' father, but I'm just repeating what he
Wasn't he
wrote.
dead?
What up, Mark Hutchin? What's up, buddy? Stephen Jones had me drinking by 3 p.m. Listen, what's up, Ray? This is nothing surprising. Us Cowboy fans know this all too well. If we were going to see a trade, we probably would have saw it, like I said the other day. Why wait? This isn't like a free agency. Why wait?
For the drama, man.
Yeah, deadlines make deals. I guess that's what they're going to.
Deadlines make Jerry Jones.
Well, we had a lot of coals in the fire, but
but we didn't want to hurt the Dallas Cowboys long term because we win Super Bowls every other year. We don't want to mess it up.
And then you say, well, it's been 28 years, 29 years since you've won a Super Bowl. Going on 29 years. Well, that's not the point. Yeah, it's the point. That's everything, big guy.
Well, we are just content with the team we are.
Depends on who you ask, right?
Johnson now staying in Chicago.
Hold on.
And Rasul
Queen Bella? What? Hold up, Queen Bella.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly out to Jerry and give him a lap dance so you can,
nice.
He can do something. Damn, Bella.
Didn't you newly married? Is your man gonna Is he gonna have a problem with that?
Everybody loading up, and
Jerry
here we are.
It takes
What,
care
Bella?
of you. Yeah, I think she's married.
I think you'd probably if that got Jerry Jones to go out and make a move, I think he'd probably be okay with that.
He's probably an Eagle fan. I hope that's not true, Queen. Did you really marry an Eagle fan? How much longer we got, Brian? Well, we got 26 minutes, man.
Ian Rappaport tweets out, after a
minutes.
day of exploration, Jalen Johnson is expected to stay in Chicago, sources say.
Yeah, that's Howard said the same thing. He said Rasul Douglas to Buffalo. So we shall see. Yeah. I feel like I'm looking at Mo, Larry, and Curly. Well, thank you, Mark. Which one of us is Mo? I'm Curly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Jalen Johnson to the Niners, Queen Bella says. Niners loading up like mother humpers.
Wow. 49ers reportedly nearing another big trade. So I guess that's what they're talking about. 49ers are in talks for Jalen Johnson. You are right. So let's wait and see. Niners going all in.
Here's the thing that you look at when you make a big trade like this. You're talking about not giving up big draft capital. Hopefully, these guys would pan out, and your draft pick is going to be hopefully 32nd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Rodney, you're speaking my language, but nobody.
What's that? What did Rodney say?
Well, whoever has the power is not using it, and it needs to be used. Everybody can see that we need help. I love the team we have, but we haven't been getting it done. The Rams win makes them think. That's exactly what I was going to say, Rodney, is that big win, it's like, when do you win that game?
We're good enough.
Yeah, we're good enough. I want to light him up.
Well, that's what happens when you person that's picking the people or signing the checks. So.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen that yet. Johnson
Price
come
is
across.
wrong, bitch.
I haven't seen anything on him other than those little back and forth.
Hey,
could go here, not going anywhere. Go there.
I bet not one single front office guy is on the phone right now. They're probably eating at Papa John's.
Yeah, I keep hearing go for Kenny Moore. Vinny, listen, I'll take. I heard Elam, but I don't know that the Buffalo is going to be moving anybody. Kenny Moore's with the Colts. You got Marcus Peters. Why? They're not trading.
We'll make a move for like Jason Peters is what we'll do. That's what we'll do.
Maybe a Dory Jackson. I know Dallas was high on him in the draft. You know, Giants are in sell mode, but why would they trade him to Dallas, you know? Philly deed happens when you're paying a QB under $1 million. Yeah. Well, if you never strive to make yourself better, then what's the point? Well, Dallas thinks that they are the smartest people in the room, and they, you know, just don't look at the obvious.
Well, I mean, they're constantly countering their own
Lions
words.
Balls.
The fact that they turn around and they, after that 49ers game, say, you know, well, we have a lot to go, and then you don't make moves, you know?
I'll take Kenny Moore. He will play the slot.
23 minutes and counting. 23 minutes until we can do our rant videos. Where we rail against the Cowboys machine. They'll trade for a practice squad guy with 7-rounder from 5 years ago.
Mike, I don't think that Jerry. I think this is what I think the Bills are going off, man. They get Rasul Douglas from Green Bay. They just don't care, man. They're trying to plug holes. So shout out to Buffalo. I think that Jerry goes up to him and goes, "Hey guys, how about Jalen Johnson?" Well, Dad, really good player, you know, but right now we're buying it way too high. His value is very high right now, and looking at our cap 5 years down the road, adding a guy like Jalen Johnson may not be best for the bottom line, Pop. And then it's a no. It all comes down to Stephen Catboy Jones. Sorry, that's where it's at.
Well, Rasul Douglas traded to the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, Rasul Douglas. Yeah, Broadford. If Jerry's goal is to be good enough, he's been stringing fans along for the better part of 3 decades. Billionaires don't lose.
Well, he's been getting paid doing it. So
I've said this. They want to be good enough to get into the dance, but not good enough to win it. They want to be good enough to sell that merch at Christmas time so all the kids can, and let's face it, all us adults who could go out and buy, you know, I'm not wearing anything today, but Dallas merch. That's what they want. Come Christmas time, are you in the hunt? Because they want to sell, because they're the number one team for selling merch and licensed merchandise. So that's what it's about, unfortunately. The days of winning, they want to hit a home run.
They wouldn't. Okay, let's be clear. They wouldn't mind winning, but they don't want to do what it takes. They would rather be.
They don't want to have those down years where you have 5, 6, 7 wins. They don't want that. They want to be 10, 11, 12, right? They don't want to have those 5 wins. But it goes in stark contrast to what you're supposedly good at, which is drafting. So why wouldn't you want to have a top 10 pick every, 6, 7 years? Who cares? If you're winning Super Bowls, then you have to come down. That's what you do, right? Is draft.
Yeah, that's what you do, but not the Cowboys.
Let's get ready to. Oh, sorry.
All right, so
I just keep checking, and I can't, different
that's
websites.
what I'm doing now.
Let the boy watch.
I'm checking for no good reason.
Yeah, exactly. Really, for what the rest of the NFL is doing. Let's be real. So we can play see what we could have.
Mike Thomas would be great. Michael Thomas, Cowboy Kane. I don't know, man. I think you wouldn't have to give. I don't think you'd have to give much for him. I really think he's lost a step. But hey, the Bears look like they're not moving Jalen Johnson. Yeah, we saw that. Yep. Listen, why would they now? They went out and got, Sweat from.
Sweat. That's what I was saying. It doesn't make sense to get rid of.
Yeah.
One star and bring in another.
Well, I mean, James, are you happy? Are you you say sound like sad. I mean, it's kind of sucks to have an ownership that doesn't want to pull triggers, and used to be one way, and then as he's gotten older, can
Is
kind
that
of
Mark's chat?
No, on yours,
Where
James Parson.
Oh.
Y'all sound like sad puppies.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just.
I'm not sad at all.
Yeah.
We called it.
I'm actually
5-2.
mad. I'm just mad that we put in so much as Dallas Cowboy fans, and I'd be okay if you tried to make a move and it didn't pan out. I'd be okay. At least show me that you got some cojones. I swear, I think the cojones left with Jimmy Johnson. Because Jerry Jones, those are the oil man, the guy that takes big risks. We don't take any risks.
Exactly.
That's what bothers me is, here it is. San Francisco went ahead and got Randy Gregory. Does that look like that's what they thought? No.
Think about what San Francisco has done.
Let's go out and get Chase Young. Let's see.
Yeah.
You make mistakes like the Eagles did with Carson Wentz.
What up, Cole Upshaw?
But they did something about it to try and get better. I just see us sitting here with the same thing, expecting different results every year. Trust the process. We know what we're doing. We expect big things. Jalen Tolbert, this guy is a great wide receiver. Well, he's getting on the field more now than Michael Gallup. But, you just sit here and look at these boneheaded mistakes. You pay $12 million for Michael Gallup, and you say $21 million is too much to keep Amari Cooper. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
sometimes it just gets to be bullshit.
Yeah, Jamie Flores says the Joneses won't do a move. The moves were made by Jimmy Johnson. He's been trying to do this the past 28 years and hasn't gotten there. Yeah, I don't know what formula they have, Jamie, to actually try and get a deal done, but it seems like they need to have bye weeks involved, so I guess everybody can get together and see if they want to do a move. Everything's got to be perfect. No, like sometimes you have to go make something happen. Like I was telling the guys, sometimes you got to do it to show your team that you're serious about winning. Look Michael Parsons in the eye and say, dude, I got you. I'm going to go get you whatever. You could sell whatever you want. Go do something.
Yeah, and this goes back to, like I was saying to you, about, everybody's like, well, don't sign Dak to another contract. Do you know that Dak wants to come back? If I'm looking as a quarterback for the Cowboys and I see teams that constantly try and bring in better offensive linemen, more weapons for them and things, and here it is, you ain't done that. You let go Lyle Collins, not that I'm saying that was a bad thing, and Connor McGovern. You let go Connor Williams, and you got one more, bona fide offensive lineman. One in Tyler Smith. And the rest of your offensive line has been kind of crappy. You go ahead, you let go Cedric Wilson, you let go Amari Cooper and things, and you bring in an older Brandon Cooks. And you sit there and look, if you're the quarterback, and say, what is going on here? Yeah. How come I can't get all those nice, shiny new toys that everybody else gets?
Yep.
We got 15 minutes left, people.
If I'm Jerry Jones and he's got stripped of his power, I would tell his son, Stephen Jones, to, just watch what Jimmy Johnson used to do.
When I hear a sound,
I would be basically.
My young son Gabriel walks in.
Stephen,
my wife says, "No, Gabriel, leave." I say, "No."
Okay.
Let the boy watch.
The old saying is, the first generation builds the business, the second generation destroys it.
Let the boy
But
watch.
usually not when the first one's still around.
He needs to learn the way I learned from my father.
Usually they don't have to suffer and see it burn.
Ashley says mediocrity has not affected the Joneses. That's a good one. Family money button line. So why change the script? Cause us fans are mad? ? We will watch and we will support the team. Why should Jerry or Steven change? Exactly.
He's the ringmaster of his circus.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, he is P.T. Barnum. He knows there's a sucker born.
Philly D says Mark and the mailman throwing eggs at Jerry's mansion tonight. Yeah, I don't know if I can reach it. I don't know if I can reach that far. I could throw pretty good, but You know he lives way off the road, man. Come on. He's way out there.
Let me ask you this. Do you guys think that the Jaguars are better than the Cowboys?
That's a close one. If I was
No.
I don't know. You say no?
No.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that they're ranked higher than the Cowboys in the power rankings.
Well, power rankings.
Somebody's opinion.
That's based on what they had ranked. Their incorrect ranking from the week prior.
I would say it's our Arizona game that will keep us down.
Yeah, we saw that Dallas Cowboys, Donovan Peoples-Jones. That was a good trade by Detroit. Yeah. You know, hey, listen. To me, it's like just do something. Like I was just saying, you got to do something.
Well, I mean, think about
to do something.
Yeah. Think about guys like the Chiefs. You don't think they need a wide receiver? You know, seem like they'd be doing something.
Yeah. Got my son looking at the trade deadline timer, saying they haven't done anything. Shout out to the 72 people in the chat. Shout out to you guys.
Nice guy. Yeah, I'm just looking at each one, but
this is what we got to look forward to, people. Everybody, be quiet and listen.
I keep looking and hoping that we could eat some crow here.
That's it. The freaking draft.
That something would come across here at the last second.
Let the boy
that would
watch.
Say, but I don't see anything coming across.
I'm 62.
How about if we get rid of somebody?
I'm old.
How about we ship somebody off?
Apparently,
that's what I was saying.
Didn't realize this.
What's that, Mark? Brad Harris says, "I'll egg Jerry Jones's house if you guys bail me out." He may laugh at you, man, and bring you in for some 7-Eleven wine. You never know. He may open the door and I don't think, maybe he'll throw some back at you. Who knows? What up, Crystal? How are you? Oh my God, what happened, Crystal? What's up? Rohans, what's up, man? I don't buy shit or go to any games until the Cowboys do anything. I'm not neither. Hamid, Cowboys just signed Jason Peters. Shut up. Don't start, Hamid.
That was my joke there a few minutes ago. That's the only signing.
You could have Jason Peters. Stop it. I thought he was on Seattle. Somebody told me.
Jerry told Catboy to keep his thumbs up his ass and off the phones. Oh, man. Cheapskate ownership. Dallas does draft so well, giving up picks. Play to win the game. Extend the trade deadline for one more day, please. But we like our guys. We think our team is really good.
I don't buy Cowboys gear. It's gifted to me by my family. Mark Holmes, gift me some merch. LOL. Mark Holmes, gift me. He wants some merch. Yeah, Cowboy Kane says Cowboys just signed Mark Holmes. That's what he said. He's just gonna as soon as the ball's tight, he's just gonna fall over.
Yeah.
You might do better than Edoga. Is that mean? Yeah, that's mean.
Hey, I can lay on the ground. I can lay my fat list. I can fire out on short yardage and just lay on the ground. Okay. That's it. I can just lay there.
This is a strong name, man. This is a strong name. Link Hellyfield. Jerry is the reason Cowboys can't get over the hump. 30 years of QBs and no Super Bowl. It's not players' fault. It's the ownership. Link, I don't think Jerry has anything to do with it anymore. He just talks in the background, and he's like, guys, we need to go get this guy. Guys. And they're like, all right. We're talking here. Let the adults who are making the decisions, looking at the money. We can't afford that, Dad. That's probably what's going on. So we got not a little less than 10 minutes to go. The Patriots listened but are hanging on to young
Zeke,
contract guys. Now Zeke's on the market. But
he's still there at the moment.
Yeah, I actually saw a thing where Mac Jones was on the trade block. That just goes to show you. What up, Pioneer? We haven't done squat.
We got a potted meat sandwich.
Yeah, we got a potted meat sandwich. I'm gonna probably It's a little chilly out. I'm probably going to do something warm for dinner. So that's about it, man. I mean, maybe some roast
I was going to make some Manhattan chowder myself.
There you go. Eagles and Cowboys are doing nothing right now. Logan, you already did something. It's called Kevin Byard. That's what you did. At least you could walk away from that. Look out for a last-minute Dalvin Cook to the Eagles or a Zeke Elliott to the Eagles. Dallas, they're looking at Elam with Buffalo. I don't know that that'll happen. We'll see. Dallas trades for Fred Warner. Yeah, okay. I would like it, though, Clemente. I would like
Breaking news, the Cowboys have just traded Jerry Jones for Robert Kraft.
Breaking news. Jerry Jones just had a bowel movement.
Breaking veteran running back Zeke Elliott has been traded to the Ravens. Gallup should have been traded. Ain't nobody traded for Michael Gallup.
Hey, Crystal, yesterday was National Candy Corn Day, believe it or not. It's a love or hate candy. Yeah, no, I don't.
Like black licorice?
My mother loved anything black licorice, like Anisette. She was Italian, so that makes sense. But I never liked the black licorice. Nada.
It's 10 minutes. No, it's actually 8 minutes left.
It's 7:47 and ticking before we get to say.
I'm seeing some people say Zeke Elliott to the Ravens.
Okay, that would be a good move.
That would be a good move, yeah, for him.
The Ravens are always one of those teams who are willing to go out and make a move to get better, and they're already 6-2.
And they're never, they're just.
Well, Halloween's my birthday. Behind. Coyote, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday! I'm not saying to a dude, so we'll just say happy birthday, my man.
Be like that. When this is your birthday song, it doesn't last too long. Hey.
There you go. We could do what they do with at the hibachi grills, but I'm not. Mike Aldana, breaking news. Mark Holmes and crew give JJ a knuckle sandwich. I like it. Swedish fish till this day is my favorite. But Philly D, it's got to be the small ones. It has to be the small red Swedish fish.
Okay. Per Albert Breer, okay. This was 4 minutes ago. The Patriots listen, but are hanging on to young contract guys like Josh Oracle, Kyle. Right, but they're saying they never got any calls on Mac Jones or Zeke Elliott.
Okay.
You ever thought it was a joke?
This is what Albert Breer.
Hey, Jerry.
Take a big step back and literally fuck your own face.
Sorry, people. I can't help myself.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I have some breaking news on the Dallas. Oh, no, they're not. They are literally playing. October 30th was the 21st anniversary of You Play to Win the Game. So they're just playing to win on NFL Insiders. But we have some breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones and Catboy. We like our guys. We have breaking news on the Dallas Cowboys. They have made some moves. They have made some surprising moves. That literally, after all week talking about Jalen Johnson, talking about Derrick Henry, talking about making trades for Devontae Adams, the Dallas Cowboys at the last minute did absolutely nothing. Breaking news. The Cowboys have done nothing.
We got 5 minutes to go.
Left.
Stop.
5 minutes left.
You have
ye
of little faith.
You think we got Randy Gregory up here and we're trying to get him to sign the contract that says we can take all your money if you smoke some weed? Okay. All right. Well, James Nooks just sent me a attachment. That might be something. Did James Nook find something that we didn't?
He's sending you Josh Dobbs from earlier.
That's a little late to be sending me about Josh Dobbs. I mean, I knew about Josh Dobbs.
This is what he's saying.
I like turtles.
So there you have it, the Dallas Cowboys. As always, we like our guys. You know, we built a team that we feel is good enough to go ahead and win the Super Bowl. The San Francisco 49ers, we think they can be had even though they kicked our teeth in.
You like that?
Yeah.
You like
so
that?
There you have it, good people. The Cowboys, we've got 5 minutes left. Actually, 4 minutes and 3 seconds left.
Cowboys made movements that only they have made.
Yeah. The only movements the Cowboys have had are bowel movements.
I saw some Edoga for Tyron Smith, so I'm like,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
We need to purge. We need to purge this front office, man.
Yeah. I'm not late accurate like y'all. I'm late, not accurate like, okay.
Jerry Jones
Bobby
gained
Wagner.
another 100 years
Okay.
today. I think Jerry Jones is a vampire. He's probably like 400, 500 years old. And
Now you sound like Philly 500.
Well, listen, man. I'm sorry. This is what happens when you sit on your thumbs.
Listen,
when all the big boys are making trades.
Hold up for a second here. I've got breaking news. All of Dallas Cowboy fans are pissed off at Jerry and Stephen Jones. They're sick of this shit. They're tired of it. They want to see you actually have some cojones and actually say, you know what? Fans, we've listened. We want to be the best team. We want to win the Super Bowl. I hate to say it, but when I see moves like going for Stephon Gilmore a year or two late, going for, Brandon Cooks maybe a year late, and just going with this whole status quo of we can just draft our way to the Super Bowl and you Cowboy fans just take it and like it.
Oh, I do have breaking. There we go. We got something. We got something. Breaking. Cowboys sign new sponsor, Nothing Burger, by David Cowboy. Got him.
Okay. All right. So Brian just got me. We're signing a new sponsor. Probably you're not that guy. Jerry Jones just planned on breaking ground on a new building somewhere in the Texas area. But this is really disappointing as we sit here with 3 minutes left.
Got him good.
And nothing going on here. Make that 2 minutes now. I feel like this is New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they'll be like, we already had 4 trades
down.
We don't
to
need that.
the end of the year, but we know that the end of the year is going to be the end of the world. Okay.
Yeah, Stephen Jones is doing Philly D like he's popping his champagne right now.
Who is?
Philly
Jerry.
D. Yeah, you got Catboy walking around.
Everybody
we
in there.
money, Mom.
We got all the Cowboys nation watching us right now.
Minute and a half. Catboy strikes again.
Watching us, and we ain't even doing shit.
Just be careful, Stephen. I don't want to upset him about Catboy.
That's how big we are, because we the boys. We ain't got to do nothing, and everybody will be watching.
A Coyote. They want to win if everything aligns just right. They can have their cake. They eat it. They can have another
1 minute left.
Lineman.
Yeah.
1 minute left. I don't believe we've had a move that's been made in the last hour, have we?
No. I thought I would see more towards the end, but like I said, this isn't free agency. This is more of trade deadline.
I don't see a trade. I just see a signing by the Jets.
Breaking news. Da-da-dun. Jerry Jones just saved money on his car insurance.
Yeah, right.
I wonder if going
this
to
is what we're going to hear in 30 seconds.
Sure, go up. Next year we'll be here doing the same thing and feeling more and more frustrated. I don't know that I can feel any more flustered. This whole couple of weeks here going into the trade deadline.
That's what we do, Timothy Looper. We torment ourselves, buddy.
Jerry literally saying, we could be active, we're looking for trades, but you got to pick up the phone, give us a call, trade somebody to us today.
You got to call.
Lordy. Why is Mark live now? Brian, because, yeah, exactly. Why are we live? It's 4:00.
Yeah, we got to cover
it. Trade deadline. Drop your phones, put your pencils down. The trade deadline has now come and gone, and the Cowboys have done, Well, people ask, who could we have got or who did you want? I'm not necessarily saying that I want these guys, but you look at San Francisco trading and getting a Chase Young. You look at the Bears getting Montez Sweat. You look at even Minnesota trying to say we got a problem at quarterback. Let's get Joshua Dobbs. At least teams are trying to do something to help their roster. You look at San Francisco, who has a great roster, a great defense.
Well,
they just got Randy Gregory a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Figured, you know what, that's not working out, but let's try Chase Young. you see signs of life. So that's why you sit there and say,
finally got rid of him.
You can look and say, we have a need at running back. You have a need at offensive line. You have a need at linebacker. Is there somebody out there that we could trade for that could make us better? That's all I'm saying. Yeah, it seems like we knew that this was going to be the day.
I can't upset Mark. He's in a fragile state.
Go ahead, upset me.
He's in a
upset me.
He's in a glass case of emotion.
A glass case? Glass case?
I'm in a glass case of emotion. You remember that movie?
I am strong, guys. Okay? I've been going through this stuff for a long time. If I haven't blown a gasket yet, I never will.
San Francisco picking up guys is a good thing. I still got to play the Eagles, Mark Hudson. Listen, man. We need to take care of our own business regarding the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
The hell with the 49ers, man. One win against us, it doesn't make a season. And clearly they thought they were going right to the Super Bowl when they beat us because they haven't won a game since. So, yeah, Mike Goldano, just worry about baseball right now, because this team just, that they just refuse to go out and help their team. And you saw what happened last year at the deadline. You saw it. They had a trade for Brandon Cooks, and they were refusing as much as we needed help last year, more so than when we needed them this year. They didn't do it. So, number 1 seed will come down to Eagles or Dallas. Philly D, if Dallas wins, that brings them back into the conversation. If the Eagles win, like Mark says, it pretty much puts you guys where you would have to go on an extended winning streak.
Yeah, it bodes well for them going into their heavy. I mean, they've got to play Kansas City after Kansas City comes off a bye week.
Probably Mark Hudson.
San Francisco that'll probably be healthier. You got Buffalo. You got Seattle. I mean, they got us twice.
You like that? You like that?
You like that? Yeah. Kirk Cousins is asking if we like the trade deadline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, let me say thank you for coming in and being disappointed. Okay, I appreciate you taking time out today and stuff. And
I'm gonna stay on for a little bit, people. We could, shoot the breeze for a little bit. So, Mark's got
I got something to do.
Yeah.
I need to go cry.
We need to go on.
Draw a shower.
Rodney, what we need to do is we're not willing to do is you stop buying tickets. Problem is the NFL is the best thing in town, and we're hooked for life. We're hooked for life. Well, revenue sharing, but still.
30 cents. I'm surprised some of these players even want to sign with the Cowboys that we have because we don't see the owner doing it. That's exactly what I was saying. When you heard Micah Parsons, shout out to Dirty Sanchez.
Well, I don't need to know what's going. Dude, let's keep it to football.
Whoa, man.
No, Dirty Sanchez brings up a great point. He's like, I'm surprised that some of these players want to sign with the Cowboys. So
Come on, that was funny.
It was.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not in the mood for comedy right now. But seriously, it goes back to
you got a little something.
If you're Micah Parsons and you see the Cowboys aren't trying to sign anybody to get better, why do you stay?
Because I'm a Cowboy fan. I'll die a Cowboy fan. That's why. You either in or you're out. There's no.
But in the end, you know what matters though in football.
You want to bail?
That damn ring.
Bail. I'm in.
All of these guys are getting paid. Dak's got more money than his grandkids will be able to spend. Right now, what he wants is that legacy of that Super Bowl ring. And you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys and you're saying they're not doing what it takes to get that. The only way they're going to have it happen is the same way they find quarterbacks, by backing the F up into one. Excuse me, Dad. Seriously. They lucked out into Tony Romo. They lucked out into Dak Prescott. They're going to have to luck out into getting a Super Bowl.
Me too, Rhonda. Me too. Me too. So, very frustrating.
Yeah.
Trying to see if anything over the last thing, but
they could still do something. And as long as it's turned in, and then they don't have to necessarily release it right away. Kelsey 2, featuring the Kelsey brothers rematch and Mrs. Swift, Pioneer. Disappointing, to say the least. But when you're as perfect as the Dallas Cowboys, are we surprised that we didn't do nothing? We don't need nothing. We're good.
Mm-hmm.
We have the best offense, the best defense, the best special teams, the best coaching staff, the best ownership. Mm-hmm. We've won many playoff games recently. Oh, wait. Forget it. I was thinking of another team. Very, very annoying. A Cowboy for life. No such thing as another team for me. I'm the same way, Rodney. I'm not going to just – we knew this was happening. We just wanted to be here just in case something big happened. There is that chance that they may actually get off their hands, and do something. It just wasn't this year. So it is what it is. They're looking for a bargain. Bargains don't win Super Bowls. So –
no, they don't.
Is what it is, people. It is what it is. Brad Harris says, well, we got a kicker. Love that. Love that.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm going to go play some Call of Duty. How's that? I'm going to take my frustrations out on somebody and just light them up. I'm going to go snipe some shit. I'm going to quick snipe some shit.
So,
Feels like
I'm going to go ahead and get out of here on this one.
No, it's just like, it is disappointing to see. It's just, and everything that we've said is we've been saying this past like hour, but, it's just, you don't see it getting any better with Jerry and then Steven. And then, of course, we've talked about that whole family. What's that?
He said, just buy a jersey and make my family rich. I already have 3 rings. Yeah, exactly. Halftime rundown. I'm tired of being okay, picking up in the 20s every year, winning seasons, but early exits in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. That's why I said there's nothing wrong with going all in and giving up assets, because then guess what? You have to be bad at some point. Hopefully it's coming off of a Super Bowl win, and 2 years later you're drafting in the top 5. Oh, I don't know. Maybe like the Rams, and look how fast they're turning it around. It's not the end of the world, especially with an organization who thinks they're the best thing since sliced bread in drafting. Meaning,
especially if you can trade for some of those young guys.
Right, exactly.
Your contracts are in play, everything, So, it's
Chosen
bad strategy.
Chosen says, just because we didn't make trades today, we have brought guys in. Cooks, Gilmore,
like
we've
4.
signed our guys. We're going to need
Trey
those
Lance,
picks in
got Igbenogany. I mean, there's things there.
Yeah. Again, you have to identify when you think that you're close and make a big deal to put you over the top. Now, maybe if I was a writer in the Dallas area and I had access to Jerry Jones, maybe I would say, so you guys are doing nothing, basically tells everybody that you don't think you're that close, because the good teams, the Niners, the Eagles, the Ravens, the Bills, all the teams that are always right there have went out and improved themselves. So you guys obviously don't think you're that good, right? Well, look, like what would he say? You're Jerry, Mark. What would you say to that? So
I don't know. I'm not even going to pretend to.
So he's miserable. All right. So
I'm just checked out at this moment.
No, it's totally understandable, and I think it just them disappointing. They did say what they were going to do, but just something. At least make a move. Make an offer.
Well, they
just
probably
swing a little bit.
No, it's not. They've talked to people, but they don't want to spend.
Thanks,
they're cheap. They're cheap.
It almost feels like they
talked to Denver about Patrick Surtain, which ended up being a pipe dream. They talked about Jalen Johnson over there. That didn't work out. They talked to Derrick Henry, and they said $6 million is too much to pay for Derrick Henry. They've talked to people, but they don't close any deals.
Notable players traded. Yeah, we already covered every one of them too.
And maybe we have to give them credit for at least having 12-5 teams back to back with, Mike McCarthy as head coach.
Probably
Maybe
on our way
credit
to
for finding, like Diggs and finding CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott and, last
Hutchinson,
10%
yes.
that they're not getting done. That's getting into the Super Bowl.
Agreed. It's not the fans, Philly D. It's not us, man. It's definitely not us.
And you know what they do so well is they get us sucked in and believing. You got rid of Amari Cooper and Cedric Wilson, and you had us believing that James Washington and Jalen Tolbert were going to be just as good for us.
The unicorn?
Yes. They literally had us sold that, those moves were the right moves because, you can't afford, you can't pay too much money for players. You got to spread the pie around. They literally have, okay, Jerry, we're stupid enough to believe it.
D Park 702. The Joneses have been scared to make moves since the Brandon Carr signing, and then later on with the Everson Griffin and Dontari Poe move.
And Roy Williams, guys past their prime. That's what they always do. We bring in guys.
Joey Galloway, that was a mistake. You can go back to who's the dude, the receiver we got out of Detroit.
Roy Williams.
Roy Williams. Jerry's luck will run out with 12-5 teams scared to trade, but the day will come. Coyote, I got news for you. They're probably winning 12 this year. That may not be enough to win the division, but the Dallas is on their way to another 12-win season. Just looking at their schedule, it's not about 12 wins. I'm already on record.
I'm going to say something crazy here. Home field advantage might go through Detroit.
It's possible.
Detroit, because right now Kirk Cousins was the best quarterback in that division. Yeah. He's gone. They got to play them twice. I think they still have the Bears twice, and they got Green Bay. That's 5 wins right there on top of the 6 they have.
Yeah.
So you could be looking at not the Eagles. The Eagles, they got a tough road ahead. Basically – us and
it's
the
funny
Eagles
you said that because Broadus made that. Broadus had said that at the beginning of the year that his pick was Detroit. So
the Jimmy Johnson curse goes on.
Philly D, I agree with you. He said Detroit has a better shot than San Fran. I would agree with you just based on both sides of the ball. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. San Fran can be deadly, but I don't know. Did you guys watch that game this week? Shout out to Joe Burrow. If they play anywhere close to that, they're going to the Super Bowl. They're beating the Chiefs.
Oh, yeah.
They looked
I think
super.
Right now, I think they're better than the Chiefs.
Yeah, me too. They looked real good. Bingo at Harris. I would love for Jerry to walk into an empty stadium on game day, send the message. Brad, that would be great. But never happened.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to happen. So we need to be realistic with what things we can do, and just be loud with our displeasure and mock them. Listen, if they go on to win the Super Bowl, then everybody's happy, So, but that's ifs and buts. We're candy and nuts. So
you don't have a Merry Christmas, right?
Yeah, right.
We'll
Burrow,
see.
Mahomes, best QBs in the NFL. Then you have the other team.
I guess we better all start believing in our guys, and I think that we're enough because we're all we got. There ain't gonna be anybody else coming in, not of any stature.
Yeah.
So
hard to disagree with that, Mark.
We all we got.
That's what I said. Now, we'll be fine tomorrow, We'll be, licking our wounds a little bit, but hey, at least we got our first round pick now.
We got a kicker.
Look, how bad is it that Linda has to be the one to console us?
What is Linda? She's over there.
Dallas did a good job by not. Well, no, listen, this is actually a great quote. Dallas did a good job by not buying into it. Nobody took any of the players you guys were talking about, and Washington was not going to trade in the division, which is true.
No
Everybody
way.
that we had supposedly targeted ended up staying with the teams that they were going to. So, in other words, in order for the Cowboys to have gotten any of those guys, they would have had to overpay. Thank you, Linda.
Trade deadline winners: the Niners, the Eagles.
I don't know, man. It's just I totally love it, and that's honestly how I feel. But at the same time, if a guy can get you a key interception at a certain time in a game, then and then trading that, makes it worth it. But you obviously can't tell the future, and then we'd be in a whole different kind of franchise. But I am happy that they made some moves this year compared to never making any moves any of those years. So it's just we're right in that same boat. Everything's going to have to be a deal. It's got to be a clearance bargain basement type of deal, and that's what's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we're not just trying to buy jerseys with names on it. We're trying to actually compete. We're kind of done with the Eddie George type of days, and we just want somebody that's going to contribute. I think if you're taking those draft picks, and we talked about it. I mean, Mark's talked about it in the sense of the second round. The history that we have there, traded in and get somebody that is in that position that still has like 2 or 3 years on their contract. So you're not thinking about having to, what if we got to resign him eventually? And well, if we trade for the right person, I mean, obviously you need somebody to, kind of counter that and be in a situation where maybe they're losing and they're ready to give up on something. But when I look at San Francisco, they made some moves. But what I look at is that a couple of years ago, they made a mistake with what they feel is a mistake with Trey Lance, reshuffled and made another move, whether whether it was Sam Donald and then they got lucky with Brock Purdy, they're still making those moves. And I think, if Kyle Shanahan doesn't do anything, it's not going to be John Lynch's fault that it doesn't happen. So, it's kind of nice to see a GM that actually does stuff and wants to improve your team and not just happy and trying to sell a product,
And nobody expects anybody to be perfect. That's the thing, but show us just because you're afraid of not being perfect, you can't be scared to try and make some moves to say, because in my mind, I look at the landscape and say, this is the best opportunity you've had since the 90s. When you look at the landscape, there is no truly down. I know the Eagles got the best record and stuff, but I have to look at some of the teams they played and how close these games are. They've gotten lucky. Minnesota could have easily won that game had Justin Jefferson not dropped the ball before half on the 2-yard line. That's one of those moves that they get another score here. Instead, the Eagles go down and get a field goal before half, and they end up winning, at 35-28, where Kirk Cousins had no offensive line and their defense couldn't do anything. You've had 2 games with the Commanders that, maybe if Ron Rivera has called for a challenge, they don't get that first down. They lose that game against the Commanders. The Commanders took them into overtime. Had they maybe tried for 2 when they were hot, maybe they win those games. They could have easily lost 3 of their games. So I'm not looking and saying that the Eagles are a juggernaut that are blowing people out. They may end up going 14-3, but it's not going to be blowing people out. And you look at this and say, there's opportunity for us to do something. Why not try and get a couple extra pieces to make sure we're over the top? That's the thing that kind of bugs me. I'm not going to say that we don't have a chance to go to the Super Bowl, but I would like to increase my odds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rodney Vaughn says, when we have good games, we look better than anyone. If we could just play with that consistency. Yeah, I know. And that's the magic potion that they have unable to find. We can't seem to stay at that level from week to week. That's why I was telling Mark last night, and I told Phil during our live that our broadcast that we came off a bye and had however many days to prepare for the Rams. What are we going to do? That'll be the tale. How do we look? Do we go toe-to-toe with the anointed number 1 team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles? Do we do that on Sunday? Do we get embarrassed?
You know the Eagles. They're like, family. The Eagles game, there's not as much preparation as you think. I think that's one of the ones your juices start to flow, and
with this
Dak
offense and how bad it's looked, if that's the mindset that they're going to have, then I would be concerned. We need to do our homework and come up with game plans for different teams, and we know them, but I'm talking about our offense against their defense. Are we going to be able to do anything? Without Kellen Moore, who was Mr. 40 Burger against the Eagles. He was. I'm not saying he had any playoff success. Kellen couldn't think on the fly, but he could sure game plan up against the Birds. So this is a big test for me on Sunday at 4:25. All I'll tell you guys is the line is telling me opposite of how I'm feeling. The line is telling me that Dallas is the better team. The line was 2.5 as of last night.
But okay.
So that means the home team gets 3. So Vegas was telling me yesterday Dallas is a half point better. So why is it so low? It should be 4, 5, 5.5. I would say 4. 4, 4.5 was the line I was expecting. Less than a field goal and you're the home team? Why? You guys are rolling.
Because so many people are putting money on,
that's what
they're trying to balance it out.
That's what the line opened up. If that was the case, it would have moved. It went down. It was the start out at 3, it went to 2.5. So I'm just saying it's a little bit more something going on here. So we'll see. It's just very interesting to me.
Yeah.
D Park says, I don't feel too bad, but I do feel bad for Jonathan Allen. He is trapped in D.C. Well, he's the one guy I would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Cole Upshaw says,
but they recognize we're not getting rid of that guy. But that's got to be hard for a player to lose the other good players around you and know that.
Philly D, if they wanted you to pick Dallas, they would have given you more points. That's what I'm trying to tell you. If Vegas wanted you to bet Dallas, they would make it 3.5 at least to give you that hook and that field goal, security. 2.5 means nothing to me. That's just as good as a half to me. When you're a betting person, you want that 3.5. 3 is a push. Give me that hook. 3.5. 2.5. That's who's winning the game. That's what that's about. So, not that I know anything about betting. I used to work in a casino a lot. So, anyway.
I've been disappointed enough, and I'm going to go back and I'm going to.
What do you got going on, Mark? What do you got to do? What do you got to do? Break it down. I'm going to go another 7 minutes, and I'm going to.
Well, I can go 7 more minutes. I'm going to cook some dinner. I'm going to hang this door out in the bedroom downstairs. I've got a dresser that's got stripper on it, so I'm going to be stripping the dresser. And I got a drawer I need for the vanity cabinet.
What up, Mouse?
I got all kinds of stuff I can do.
Yeah.
As opposed to sitting here and being pissed off about the Dallas Cowboys.
Upset. It was just it was a hope. I had a hope.
Yeah, we always get our hopes up and to only be disappointed.
We did nothing, Ray. Ray, we did nothing. We did absolutely nothing.
I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, drove 300 miles to make sure I was back in time to sit here and be disappointed.
They did do what
they said they were going to do.
What's that? What's that, Phil?
Do nothing. That's what they said they were going to do.
Do nothing.
Angelica Barone, welcome. Help me, Rhonda. Hello.
Sometimes I don't know if also I don't want to give them that much credit. If they talk about people and talking about we check just to bring the value up so other people trade more for them and give up more, but I don't want to give them that much credit.
Yeah.
Little known fact that the Dallas Cowboys are going to make a trade this season leading up to deadline. Well, I know it was, but we thought maybe it's different. We're stupid enough to fall into it. I mean, the reality is there were only 6 trades made today. 6.
Yeah, which is surprising. I was kind of expecting
I expected more, and most of them came before the
last 2 hours.
Yeah. So Which makes sense. If you want to make a move, why would you wait till the end? This isn't free agency where you're bidding. It's just a matter of, okay, everybody has the same trade chart. The only time you up it is if you're trading inside your division and you want to hold them hostage, and you can. But,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is. It's just not exciting. That seems to be the latest with the Cowboys. We don't do exciting things anymore.
Bang, bang, boogie. What's up?
What up, bang, bang?
Jacob, it's so hard being a Cowboy fan.
There you go. This will pick you
right
up.
On that one.
This will pick you up, Mark. Dinner tonight. Our movie watch party. Chopped beef barbecue sandwiches, potato salad, and barbecue beans by Rhonda Lovelay.
That sounds like a food coma.
Yeah. Dak delusional fans with more excuses. You ain't doing any greens with that, Rhonda? My mother used to make some black-eyed peas because my father was from down south. Some collard greens, some black-eyed peas, some corn pone.
Derek Young, I have a headache and I need a drink seriously.
Yeah, I just had a decaf coffee, if that means anything to you. Whee!
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
RJ Acho. He was like, Dallas Cowboys before the season starts. Our mantra for the year is Carpe Omnia. It literally means seize everything. How cool is this? And then
I'm almost off.
Shit.
3 minutes. Okay, well,
we don't mean everything. We don't.
Yeah. We're not seizing everything. We're seizing.
No, we're not seizing anything. We're Cowboy fans. Remember,
we ain't.
We do nothing.
That's a good thing, Phil. I'll tell you
I can't believe I sat here for 2 hours for nothing.
We're gonna come up with hoodies. We ain't seizing shit.
Micah's podcast fitting to be on fire.
Carpe nada.
Cowboys getting destroyed on Sunday.
Carpe nada. Oh, for Saturday. Okay, Rhonda. I got you.
You know what the worst thing about this is? Before we get out of here.
Yeah.
Think about this for a second.
Oh, you're gonna make me sadder, aren't you?
No, actually, Dak Prescott. No, hold on. Just hold on for a second here. My quarterback, Dak Prescott, gets blamed for everything.
This is his fault. You're right.
No, see, this is the problem. The Joneses won't do anything to try and help the team, right? You saw with Matthew Stafford, they said, let's go out. We got great wide receivers like Cooper Kupp and Jefferson and all this stuff. Let's go out and get an Odell to make sure that he's got enough, right? You look at, Buffalo going out and getting a Stephon Diggs and things and adding Von Miller to their team, right? The Cowboys do nothing. And what happens? Everybody says, well, Dak sucks.
Yeah,
Dak's not the one. Dak's not good enough to win. He can't overcome. He can't overcome because he's not getting. Look what they did for Jalen Hurts. They said, we don't know if this guy is the guy who could lead us. Let's draft a wide receiver in the first round. They got Devontae Smith. Let's go out here, get him a bunch of running backs. Let's get him a great offensive line. Oh, and let's get A.J. Brown, who's looking like the second best wide receiver in football. Let's put all these things in here, okay? And then they're not done. Then they say, okay, Miles Sanders was pretty good, but let's get, Swift in here, right? Mm-hmm. They're constantly trying to do everything they can to support their quarterback, to help him achieve. I honestly can't see what the Cowboys do to support the quarterback. When they fail him, he's the one that takes the blame, not them. That's the craziest shit up here. Everybody, whenever we lose, it's always Dak. But it's Jerry and Steven that aren't putting in the work to get this shit done. And that people, I don't know how you can't see that. I don't know how you can't see other teams constantly trying to bring in more talent. And all we do is freaking draft and bring in guys that are old. Dontari Poe, remember that? Like you just you brought me. Thanks, Phil. Thanks a lot, Phil. You just brought me back with the whole Dontari Poe and what's his name from Tampa Bay, Gerald McCoy. We bring in old guys past their prime when they're dirt cheap and they're named players that you remember. Oh, Dontari Poe, he was a great defensive tackle there.
Everson Griffin.
He comes in here and he's fat, overweight, and can't do shit.
Everson Griffin.
I think Robert Quinn was the only one that played out.
Have.
You got Everson Griffin.
And then we just say, well, Dak sucks.
Anthony
That's
Barr.
what pisses me off.
Dak
Getting rid of Amari Cooper and say, well, Dak Prescott can't do it. He's not good enough. And you have guys like Noah freaking Brown as your number 2 leading receiver. And we look and we point and we say, Dak, you suck.
Dak Delusional fan says, Dak, one of those few quarterbacks that has 2 number 1 receivers. What else does he need?
Number 1 at
offensive line. Offensive line.
A good.
I like the tight end. I mean, but
there's my case in point right there. Dak Delusional fan. Oh well, Dak Prescott's got 2 number 1 receivers. Okay, Brandon Cook is not a spring chicken any longer.
Chase.
He's got CeeDee Lamb. Yes, CeeDee is good. What else does he have with him? Do we have a number 1 offensive line out there like Jalen Hurts has? No. Does he have an incredible receiver along with it? Does he have an incredible tight end to go with it? Does he actually have a good play caller? How about that one? What more do you need? How about a great play caller? That's what I'd love to have. How about that? How about having a great offensive line? How about having a left tackle that every week you're not wondering, is he going to be able to go? Is he going to be able to make it through the whole damn game? And this points back to Jerry Jones.
Yes.
Not the quarterback.
I agree, D-Park.
Nobody holds them responsible. We sit here and go for the bullshit of, we're open for business. We're going to trade here. We're just waiting for people to call us about waiting for people to call you. That's like sitting at home waiting for women to call you to say, hey, I'd like to take you out and blank your brains out. How often does your phone ring for that to happen? It doesn't happen. You got to go out there if you want that to happen. You got to make moves. You got to make phone calls. You have to put in some effort and some work.
All righty then.
Okay? Yes. Okay. Now, look, I done got Brian scared over here.
Last year we throw John Ridgway out, but we holding on to Junior Fajoko for what? They just want to add to your misery. Yeah,
there you go.
We've been talking about Junior Fajoko.
You when are we going to? A good guy on the defensive line, and you end up letting him go on waivers in the same way you did with the linebacker this year. Okay, and knowing we're short on linebackers, this is some inept bull crap that's going on here with the Cowboys.
They're coming in late, hard, and heavy.
We all say it's all Dak Prescott. If we just got rid of Dak, we would win the Super Bowl. No, we wouldn't.
Cowboys, Dak Delusional fan, I gotta say, he probably would trade for ours.
Jiggity.
But at the same time, what is their ranking? It isn't, you're talking about a quarterback that won a national title.
Joe Burrow.
That was a 4th round draft pick.
Yeah, he's saying that we have a top 5 offensive line still in the league. I don't know that that's true.
Who is smoking? Somebody is smoking crack. Yeah. They think we have a top 5 offensive line.
If they do the rankings,
I tell you what. Hold it. Let's back this up here. If everybody were healthy on our offensive line, I would agree that we would
poking the bear.
5 offensive line. But how many games has Mozzie Smith missed this year? How many games has Mozzie Smith missed? 2?
Sorry, that was weird.
How many games has Zach Martin missed? 1? Biotis, I think he missed 1 or 2.
1,
right? We had 2 rookie undrafted free agents starting the line. How many games has Tyron Smith missed this year?
Did he play in one? Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, yes, on paper, your starting offensive line, if they were healthy and playing together, yes, they could be a top 5. But we've had like 6 different offensive line setups. Guys, come on. This is the crap that people are always going to find a reason to say, oh, he's got a top 5 offensive line. That's bull crap. We all know that's bull crap. But hey, such is life of being a Dallas Cowboy YouTuber. Brian,
we've done it. We've covered nothing, but we had a great conversation.
We've done exactly it's Seinfeld. Jerry Jones has. We've done nothing.
It's Seinfeld all over again. This is an episode of nothing. This is an episode about nothing.
We're like the soup Nazi of Dallas Cowboys content creators. We've given you nothing except a good time, right?
No trades for you.
Listen, it is what it is, people. Prime time. I had your link up here.
Thank you very much.
What do we? I don't know if I did it right. I know, if I didn't, you can show me how to do that off.
Oh, you look.
I know. What? No, I think I did it right.
I appreciate you two guys. I appreciate
Mark,
everybody.
I was getting to you. I was
appreciate
saving the best for the last.
Godfather.
You're the Godfather.
Gonna make him an offer they can't refuse. You know,
make him sign the contract. Oh, sorry. But yes, what do you have going on, Phil and Mark as well? What do you guys? I'm sure Mark will have 3, 4 more videos the rest of the day. Still, you gonna fire it up?
I'm gonna go cry in my pillow.
Okay. All right. Well.
And then I'm gonna go do some work with some wood.
And then Phil, we got a broadcast coming up, correct?
yeah, we're gonna be, but we're gonna be changing some times. I think.
Yeah, we're gonna bump our times.
The mailman
back a
here.
Bit. I can't get home in time anymore.
Yeah, the guy got some workload, so it's like about most likely we'll go towards 8 o'clock for our broadcast. But either way, we're gonna be bringing something to you, and then whether Thursday night football is still up in the air.
I have to figure that out. Just real quick, everybody that reached out to me, I'll be at the hospital by 7:30 at the latest tomorrow morning. My buddy goes in for surgery.
Best of luck.
He's 56. He has a triple bypass. There's actually 4 arteries that are blocked, but 2 of them are kind of like right next to each other. Said they only call it a triple. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but he has very low risk, even though he's a bigger guy. So that's good. Yeah, I talked to the surgeon, earlier today. So we got to be there to make all the calls. God forbid something, if he needs something to think on the fly. So thank you for all the well wishes. You'll be seeing me. I'll do a video tomorrow at some point. Other than that, go Cowboys. I'm sorry we didn't do anything.
Go someplace.
I will talk to everybody later. Let me give you a good outtake.
Right. You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy. Okay.
All right. I'll talk to everybody.
Absolutely.
Later.